In the early hours of a frigid December morning, a faint transmission broke the silence of the northern wilderness. The signal was distorted, almost haunting, and lasted only 42 seconds before vanishing into static. When investigators arrived days later, they found nothing. No equipment, no traces, not even a foundation where the station once stood. It was as if Station Echo had been erased from existence, removed from every official record and memory. The locals spoke in hushed tones about the place, recalling strange sounds and an unsettling presence that lingered even after the broadcasts ceased. What happened that night remains one of the most enigmatic disappearances in broadcast history. This is the story of Station Echo's final broadcast, a mystery that blurs the line between fact and fiction. Station Echo was established in the late 1960s, nestled deep within the remote forests of northern Canada. Officially, it was operated by the Department of Atmospheric Research, tasked with monitoring ionospheric weather patterns. Yet, from the very beginning, the facility was shrouded in secrecy. Local contractors reported unusual features: reinforced radio towers, extensive underground cabling, and shipments marked only as high-frequency prototype components. Residents in nearby towns spoke of a persistent hum emanating from the site, even when the equipment was supposedly powered down. Wildlife seemed to avoid the area, and by 1972, local workers were replaced by a private security team. Rumors spread that Station Echo was involved in something far more mysterious than atmospheric research, fueling decades of speculation about its true purpose. On December 9, 1983, the air over the northern wilderness was pierced by an unexplainable transmission on Station Echo's frequency, 7.391 MHz. Radio hobbyists across continents tuned in, describing the broadcast as a series of mechanical tones interwoven with distorted voices and cryptic numbers. Among them, Tom Anders managed to capture the event on reel tape, noting in his log the unsettling sequence: a steady tone, a male voice with an indiscernible accent, numbers repeated by a child, and finally, a harsh metallic screech. When Anders replayed the tape the next day, the audio had inexplicably degraded, with the last seconds replaced by a sound no engineer could identify. Seeking answers, Anders sent the recording to the Canadian Radio Regulatory Commission. Within days, officials arrived, confiscated the tape, and insisted he had been mistaken, claiming Station Echo had been dismantled years prior. Yet Anders maintained that the signal continued to haunt the frequency each night at the same hour, leaving more questions than answers. As rumors of the lost frequency spread, a new wave of amateur investigators emerged, determined to uncover the truth behind the enigmatic broadcasts. Among them were Marianne Leclerc and David Knox, who launched the Echo Project, a global initiative to trace the signal's origin. Reports poured in from across continents, each describing the same eerie transmission at precisely 0317 a.m., regardless of location. The project's findings challenged conventional understanding of radio technology, suggesting a level of synchronization no known transmitter could achieve at the time. Leclerc, captivated by the emotional undertones in the recordings, believed the broadcasts were more than mere technical anomalies. Her conviction drove the investigation forward, but in 1988, she vanished without a trace, leaving behind only fragments of her research and deepening the mystery that surrounded Station Echo. When geologist Frank Helms ventured into the remote region where Station Echo was rumored to have stood, he found only a clearing. No debris, no foundation, nothing to suggest a facility had ever existed. Yet, his instruments behaved strangely. His compass spun erratically, and his Geiger counter registered faint, unexplained activity. Beneath the snow, Helms uncovered a small, corroded metal plate that emitted a low hum, hinting at residual energy. He sent this artifact to a laboratory in Ottawa, but the package arrived empty, and Helms himself was never heard from again. Not long after, fragments of declassified documents surfaced online, briefly referencing Project Echo and describing signal displacement tests and containment failures. Within hours, the files vanished and the hosting site was seized, leaving behind only a cryptic line: Containment compromised. Final broadcast initiated. Cease all transmissions. 03:17:42. The timestamp matched the lost recording, deepening the mystery surrounding Station Echo's disappearance. Researchers delving into the remnants of Station Echo's broadcast uncovered a series of spectral patterns hidden within the audio frequencies. When these patterns were mapped, they revealed coordinates pointing to other mysterious transmission sites around the globe, such as Russia's UVB-76 and the HARP facility in Alaska. Intriguingly, each location had documented unexplained power surges during the same period as Station Echo's final broadcast. Further analysis of the degraded tape revealed faint modulations resembling human speech, and after digital restoration, a chilling phrase emerged beneath the static. "They're already here." This discovery deepened the enigma, raising questions about the true nature of the transmission and its possible connection to global phenomena. Some believe these clues point to a vast, coordinated experiment, while others suspect contact with something beyond conventional understanding. The mystery endures, fueled by these spectral anomalies and the cryptic message that continues to haunt investigators. Decades after Station Echo's disappearance, its frequency continues to surface in unexpected ways. In the digital age, reports of unexplained transmissions on 7.391 MHz have multiplied, often accompanied by electrical disturbances and mysterious interference. Viral internet clips and forum threads document fleeting broadcasts, some repeating the same cryptic numbers that once haunted the original signal. Despite advances in technology, no one has traced the source, and each new incident only deepens the mystery. The persistence of these echoes suggests that whatever began in the northern wilderness has not truly ended. Today, the legend of Station Echo thrives online, blending fact and fiction as new generations attempt to decode its elusive signal. Over the years, 4 major theories have emerged to explain the mystery of Station Echo. The first suggests it was part of a Cold War experiment, a classified network testing subionospheric communication that may have triggered a destructive energy surge. This theory is supported by declassified memos and reports of magnetic anomalies, but lacks any physical evidence or official acknowledgement. Another theory posits that the broadcast was a distress signal, possibly relayed from an unknown source, with the emotional tone of the transmission hinting at fear or urgency. A third, more speculative hypothesis proposes temporal experimentation, citing the signal's uncanny synchronization across global time zones, something conventional technology could not achieve in the 1980s. Finally, skeptics argue that Station Echo is a psychological artifact, a myth fueled by misidentified signals and Cold War paranoia. Yet, none of these theories fully account for the persistent broadcasts and the chilling phrase embedded within the static, leaving the true nature of Station Echo unresolved. The legacy of Station Echo persists, shrouded in mystery and intrigue. In 2020, a private expedition ventured to the site, employing ground-penetrating radar to search for any remnants of the facility. Beneath the frozen earth, they discovered a perfectly circular metallic structure, still emitting faint traces of power. As the team prepared to investigate further, their equipment malfunctioned, compasses spun wildly, and the temperature dropped abruptly. Through their headsets, the familiar broadcast echoed once more, the same sequence of numbers that has haunted listeners for decades. Despite satellite scans now showing no anomaly and official records erasing the expedition's findings, each year, radio operators report hearing the pulse on 7.391 MHz. The phenomenon endures, leaving many to wonder whether Station Echo's final transmission was truly the end, or merely the beginning of something yet to be understood. As the night deepens and silence settles in, the mystery of Station Echo lingers, unresolved and echoing through the static. For those drawn to the unknown, the frequency remains, waiting, pulsing quietly at 7,391 MHz. If curiosity compels you, listen closely in the early hours. But remember, some signals are not meant to be understood. The story of Station Echo is unfinished, its final broadcast still reverberating in the shadows. What you hear may be nothing, Or it may be something that changes everything. The invitation is open, but the answers remain elusive, hidden somewhere between the numbers and the silence.